Hi, I'm Phil Munkos, realtor in Houston, Texas. I want to go over appraisals with you, how it pertains to the contract on your home if you're buying or selling a home. If there's a lender involved, if there's a loan involved, then you're definitely going to have an appraisal. And even if someone's buying cash, they're likely going to have an appraisal because just to be sure that they're not overpaying for the property. So the appraisal is ordered by the lender. The lender, it's like orders from a pool of appraisers. They don't pick and choose who goes out. They just have a pool and they ask for one, and one is randomly selected. I'm not sure exactly how that process works, but it's definitely like an arm's length process. Ever since the financial crisis, it's been like that because just because there's so much fraud, I guess, going on at that time that they implemented this way of doing things. So the appraiser goes out and just like any job on earth, just like any realtor, any doctor, anything, there's good ones and there's bad ones. And so the appraiser goes out and hopefully your appraiser does a good job and comes back with a price that matches the value of the home. So if you have a good realtor and you have a good appraiser, your realtor is going to kind of give you some guidance at listing what your home is actually going to go under a contract for, slightly separate from like what the list price should be, but what the actual sales price you can expect from your home. And if it's realtors just pull comps and probably find 3 comps and similar features, similar size, and compare that to your home and come up with a price. Now, the appraiser is pretty much going to do the same process, and hopefully they match. You have a good appraiser, you have a good realtor, hopefully they match. But if they don't, that's where we run into issues. So if the appraisal comes in low, some lenders have a way around, like a recourse where you can, I've even seen it where they can order a new appraisal. That's pretty rare, but sometimes you can have that happen. Of course, it's going to be an extra cost. Usually, sometimes the appraisers, if they think the value is going to be low, they'll send the listing agent a note to say, "Hey, can you come up with some comps to help me justify this price?" Well, they won't quite say it like that. They'll just ask for comps, and usually at that point it's too late. The value is going to come in a little low. So if the value is low, the contract we use has a third party financing addendum. If there's a loan involved, the loan that gives the buyer the right to walk away if the appraisal is low, and of course the buyer and seller can work it out. So the seller could end up with less money, just go with the appraisal price and adjust the contract accordingly. The buyer could bring more cash, or they can meet somewhere in the middle. And typically, unless it's a very special property, a unique property, and everyone kind of knew this was going to happen, they're on the same page, the seller eats all or most of it. That's just the way it works out, unfortunately. Now the seller, if they're not prepared for this, they might, they're of course going to be emotional and upset, and they might want to walk away from the contract. The real problem with that is now you're going back on the market after being under contract. That's kind of, hurts. You've accumulated some days on market, but you're still gonna have to get through an appraisal unless the appraiser did an awful job and there's reason to believe that your next appraisal will be coming better. Your next appraisal from another appraiser is going to end up with the same value or so similar, and you're gonna have the same problem. So, everyone thinks, I shouldn't say everyone thinks, some people think their house is the best and it's the nicest, and some of them do. It's great when you're working with people that have that pride of ownership because their homes do show amazingly well. But at this point in time when you're when you have this appraisal that came in low, your best bet is to likely work out the best deal that you can. If you can get the seller to come up to help eat that cost, that would be great. Otherwise, you're kind of looking at leasing your house instead, or just not moving. And of course, no one wants that. So yeah, that's the appraisal process and how it affects buying and selling a home. Thank you. Bye.